There's that man again.
So you don't have to spend a grip to smell like you spent one. Stay tuned, I'll explain. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Teddy Files. I'm your resident sommelier, Mr. Diaz Teddy, and tonight we are talking about 5 fragrances that smell expensive, but they don't cost a lot. And a lot of people are under the impression that the only way that you can really smell luxurious is to spend an entire bank account full of money. That's not the case. There are many fragrances out here that smell expensive, but will not break the bank. And the first one I want to start off with is an amazing budget option by Salvatore Ferragamo, and that is Salvatore F Black. So, to me, one of the more underrated Ferragamo fragrances. It has that beautiful, just spicy opening from that black pepper. It has the lavender as well. It has some sweetness. I believe it's from the that would be the vanilla or something like that. I believe that's what it is. But in all honesty, it's one of the better fragrance options out there as far as bang for your buck, because I believe got this for about $24, so it's not very expensive. This is a 100 ml size bottle, and some of your main notes that you'll get when you spray this fragrance, and that would be, you get the lavender, which gives it that nice clean feel at the top, but which matches and molds very perfectly with that black pepper. And then you get the sweetness from the tonka bean. So that tonka bean gives it sweetness and has a slight powdery nature to it as well. This fragrance smells so much more expensive than what it is. It's definitely worth having in your collection. I believe that it'd be a great scent profile for you to have. And from what I've seen, from me wearing it, I've gotten quite a few compliments with it. So you might want to go out and get your hands on Salvatore Ferragamo F Black. So the next fragrance that I got coming up, I have deemed Code DNC, and that would be Date Night Certified, and that is Rochas Moustache. So if you want to talk about the kind of fragrance that will turn heads, the kind of fragrance that will definitely turn the head of the person that you're on a date with, you'll be hard pressed to miss with this one here. This is resinous grown man. This is grown man ish. Grown. I'm trying not to say, I'm trying to keep them words down. So I will say this is grown man ish. This is a confident man walking through a room, grabbing the attention of any person that he walks by. He's walking with his head up. He is assertive. He knows what he wants, and he knows how to get there. I mean, for me, this fragrance has always gotten me positive attention. I've actually had quite a few people asking me about it. I mean, some of the fragrance notes that you get on this one is you got the spiciness and sweetness of that pink pepper, but then you also have that dry woodiness of that Atlas cedar. But there's also that resinous benzoin. It also has vanilla and Bulgarian rose. This is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. It lasts, for me, it lasts about 8 hours. So that's great for me, especially at the price point. I've found it as low as $27 for this 100 ml. And of course, as you know, I will put everything that I have in the description box unless it is something that is unavailable. But as far as date night goes, and as far as smelling a lot more expensive than what the price point says it is, you can't miss with Rochas Moustache. So the next fragrance that I got coming up surprised me with how good it smelled. And it also surprised me with its longevity. And that would be Mauboussin Star Man. So as you can see, this is a gorgeous bottle. It's an elegant bottle, but the scent itself. So this is Parfums de Marley's Layton. If it was a lot more wispy and airy, that's what I get when I smell this. The moment that I smelled it, sprayed it on my skin, smelled it in the air, put it on a test strip, I smell Layton. Now, it's of course it's not of the quality of Layton, and of course you have Detour Noir, which is also a clone. But I would say that this is a lot more of a quality fragrance than Detour Noir, and it doesn't actually smell exactly like Layton. It is more of a take on Layton, like I said, because you get that thick, sweet richness of Layton. You get the richness and thickness of that in here, but it also, as it dries down, it gets a lot more wispy, a lot more airy, and it's an attention grabbing fragrance. And once again, it's another 8-hour fragrance. It was a damn good performer on me. It wasn't very expensive at all. Some of your fragrance notes that you have is some beautiful cardamom. You also have the incense, which gives it a slight bit of a smokiness, but then there's that dry down with that vanilla. It also has a little bit of amber as well, some black pepper. It is a gorgeous fragrance. I'm telling you right now, if you want to get Layton, something that gets along the realm of Layton on a budget and lasts long and smells good, Mauboussin Star is definitely one you want to get in your collection. So the next fragrance that I got coming up is woody, it's warm, it's spicy, and in all honesty, I am so happy that I got it in my collection, and that would be Lalique's Ombre Noir. It still has that Encre Noir DNA, but it has a little bit of tobacco, some sweetness, but it's definitely a man's fragrance. This is definitely, to me, it ain't unisex. Now, you can wear whatever the hell you want whenever you feel like it, but this is not unisex to me. Like, when you're wearing this, you saying a man just walked in the room. That's what this fragrance says to me. Uh, some of your main fragrance notes are fig leaf. You get that beautiful smell of that tobacco. You get some cognac as well. You get some myrrh, some cinnamon. All of these things come together to give you this masculine, but more masculine than it is sweet, because it has a little bit of sweetness that comes out from some of that cognac and a little bit of that sweetness from the smell of the cinnamon. But it is more masculine than anything. This is a gorgeous fragrance, and when I tell you, when you talk about something that smells much more quality than what you paid for it. I think I paid maybe 30 something dollars for this. There was a time when they had it out there for 70 to 80 bucks. I did wait for the price to come down, and I'm so glad that I did. I'm just glad that I got it in my collection, because for a while it wasn't out there. You couldn't find it anywhere. I believe it was sold out. So as soon as I was able to get my mitts on this and the price point was down, it was a no-brainer for me. And in all honesty, if you like fragrances that have a little bit of sweetness, attention grabbing, and well within the right price point, you cannot go wrong with Ombre Noir by Lalique. So the next fragrance that I got coming up is one that I'm not sure is available right now in the US market. I think it is definitely available overseas, but I would not pay those exchange price points for this fragrance. I did see it on eBay, but it is for an insane price, which is another price I wouldn't pay, because right now we're talking about fragrances that smell expensive but are not expensive. But for me, I paid about $36 to $40, so that kind of falls within the realm for me, and that would be Majouri's Gold Noir. Now, I have always felt like this fragrance smelled like a drop of honey. It smelled like honey on one of those honey sticks, on a honeycomb. But the fragrance has no honey in it, not one bit, not one drop of honey. Some of your main notes are cinnamon. You have some sweetness from amber. You have plum as well, but you also have some vanilla and tonka bean. But this fragrance, to me, it truly smells like a honey fragrance. I have no idea how they were able to get the profile in which it smells like that, but that's what I get, is a very thick, rich fragrance that smells so much more expensive than what I paid for it. And it is a long lasting fragrance. I have it on my skin right now. I've been wearing it since about 7:30 this morning. I can still smell it off my skin as I move my arm around. I still got it on my pulse points, and it doesn't smell that much different from when I first sprayed it on. So it is a long-lasting fragrance. Once again, like I said, I'll see if I can find it in the U.S. market. But if I can't, I will put the eBay one up there. But I'm letting you know right now, for me, I would not pay that price for it. But if you decide that this is something that you want, I'm not going to deny you that opportunity to purchase it. And that would be Majouri's Gold Noir. See if we can get it to focus a little bit, just a little bit for me. They don't like me today. Well, everybody, that is my time. Once again, I want to thank you guys for joining me over here on the Teddy Files. I know there's so many videos and so many different people that you could watch, and I truly appreciate the fact that you decided to come over here and watch me. And once again, fragrance to me, it doesn't have to break the bank, everybody. You do not have to spend astronomical amounts of money to smell good. Now, a lot of us guys that review fragrances and gals that review fragrances, we spend that kind of money so that number one, we can bring the prices to you, bring the product to you to let you know what's good, what's bad, what you may like, what you may not like. But always remember, fragrance is subjective. You got to smell it for yourself. No matter what I say, no matter what anybody else say, get it on your skin and smell it for yourself. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to this content because it helps the channel to grow. And make sure you hit that bell icon to let you know when I upload another video. Because my name is Mr. Diarras Teddy, your fragrance sommelier. And over here, we don't do stink. So please, don't be a stink ass. Have a good one.